We're almost finished with this project and we are working on the hems right now. So you need a seam gauge, you need some pins, and I want you to start this at the table and then you can move over to the ironing board, but I want to just shoot this in one piece. So I'm starting at the ironing board, but don't tie up the ironing board doing this part because it will take too long. So you're going to fold the bottom of your shorts towards the inside 1/2 inch. And 1/2 inch is halfway between 1 inch and the top end here. So make sure you have it on the right spot. And make sure you find one in the pile that has a good slider that's going to stay in its spot. You don't want one that's going to wiggle all around. So I always start at the seams and I'm going to measure, and mine was a little bit too big, so I'm going to fold again. And I'm going to put my pin in so that my seam line matches up right there. And then I'm going to go around to the other side. And one of the things that I'm doing when I'm folding this up is I want to make sure that the bottom of my seam allowance is going the same way as the top of my seam allowance. So this one is pressed towards the front of the shorts, and so it goes this way at the top. You want it also to be heading that direction at the bottom. The one that's between the legs, the inseam, it goes towards the back of the shorts. You want to make sure that the seam allowance is straight across here. You don't want to have it wiggling at all, okay? Sorry about that, allergies. So then I'm going to go about halfway in between and put another pin in there. Make sure you're accurate with this. You don't want to just plop it down. Make sure it's an accurate amount. And then I'm going to do one more. And for the shorts, for the most part, probably 4 pins is enough to get us started. We're going to put a few more in a little bit. But for right now, this is probably enough to get us started. So again, 1/2 inch, I'm going to put a pin in. And then I'm going to slide this on the end of the ironing board. And you know what I forgot? My press cloth. I will be right back. Okay, so I still need my seam gauge and I still need my pins. I have my press cloth because I never want to press over pins without something to guard the pins from getting melted and also from scratching the iron. So I'm coming over here and I'm still checking to make sure that that's 1/2 inch. I'm going to press this down just a little bit with my fingers so it stays there. Again, I want this to be 1/2 inch all the way along. See how that wants to just kind of wiggle down there and make a bow? I don't want that to happen. I want it to be exactly 1/2 inch all the way around. Otherwise, the bottom edges of my shorts are going to be uneven. Okay? And if I need to put another pin in there to make it mined, do that. Okay, then I'm going to put a pin, or put the press cloth over the top. Give it a little bit of steam so that I'm pressing along there. Take it off, slide it around again. Again, we want to make sure that we are checking all along here and making sure that that is nice and straight at 1/2 inch. Press cloth. Give it some steam. I love these irons that have the big shot of steam. They're amazing. If you notice, there's no back and forth movement at all. It's just stick it on top of there and give it some steam, and away it goes. All right, so I press to here. I need to check over here, make sure that this is nice and 1/2 inch. Steam it. And I have gone all the way around. Now, I am going to do the other leg and then meet you at the table, and I will show you how to press the hem for stitching.